Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to learn about pumpkin designs. It's just a fun and easy project you can work on, and it's a really great project to do this time of year now that it's officially fall and the leaves are falling. And I want to show you a pumpkin that I have, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on our design. So we're going to take just a regular pumpkin that you go and pick out at a pumpkin patch or at a farm market, and I want you to pay attention to the lines on the pumpkin. So coming down from the stem, the lines reach all the way down to the bottom. So I want you to be aware of these lines, because when we go to draw your pumpkin, you want to be drawing your lines as curved lines. So by drawing your lines as curved lines is going to make your pumpkin look round. So we're going to go ahead and get started by just drawing almost like a circle, but it's not going to be a completely round circle like a basketball. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with a round line over here. We're going to dip down for the stem, curve line down, and it's not completely flat on the bottom, and it's not completely round, so it's going to be something along that lines. You're going to come up and draw the stem in, just a curved line, line across, another curved line down. Now at this point, you're going to start putting in your curved lines so it looks more like a pumpkin. So starting up near the stem, I am drawing a curved line this way, a curved line this way, and then I'm going to draw another curved line here and here. Okay, so this gives it the effect of our pumpkin being round. Now comes the fun part. So at this point, we're going to start our line designs. So we're going to use lines that we already know. So these are some of the lines you are familiar with. We have zigzag lines, up and down, wavy lines, diagonal lines, curved lines, and that's what we just used to draw our pumpkin. We also have horizontal lines, which are straight across, vertical lines, which are straight up and down, and then one of my favorites is just some spirals, or you can also do squiggles. So we're going to start by putting our lines on our pumpkin, and this is the part where you get to be creative, and there's no right or wrong as to how you do this. Pick lines that you like. If you like spirals, we'll start with some spirals. You can have the spirals fill in the whole section, or you can have part of a spiral go off, so you may only see half of it. And you can also determine what size you want your spirals. You can make them large, or you can make them small. So up here at the top, I'm making them a little bigger, and down here, they'll be a little smaller up near the stem. Okay, maybe for this one, I'll do a zigzag, and you can make them far apart, or you can make them close together like this. Okay, so you can just play around with it. And as I said before, there is no right or wrong. You are the artist. You determine which lines you want to use and which direction you want them to go in. So we have a spiral, we have a zigzag. Let's put in some curved lines. So there's a curved line, and then I'm just going to connect it. So this almost looks like feathers or scales. And this one's kind of a fun one to do. It's a lot more to color in to go to color it in, but it looks nice when it's done. And I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom. And notice that some lines are a little smaller than others. And there's nothing wrong with that. It gives your drawing a unique look. I'm just going to continue all the way down to the bottom. Then I have to think about what I want for my next set of lines. So I think maybe this time I'll use some, just some plain, simple diagonal lines. Going all the way up. Now, you can also use shapes. So maybe over here, I'm going to put in maybe some circles. And maybe I'll outline the circles with a larger circle. So if you like triangles, you could fill some of these in with triangles. And you're using curved lines to create your circle. And you can go smaller, you can go larger, just to fill in the space. It does look nice if you fill the space up completely, so you want to try to go all the way to the top and fill in any empty spots you may have. Okay, now if you want to take it a step farther, you could even take the lines here that are diagonal, and you can even fill them in some more. So if it depends on how detailed you want to go with your drawing. That's up to you. Okay, so I'm just going to go all the way to the top. And then you don't want to forget your stem. So the stem can also have its own set of lines. I'm going to do a zigzag line across, just like that. And then it's done. So we have this great little black and white drawing of a pumpkin. Okay, and then it's up to you to decide what colors you want to use to color it in. So I'd gone ahead and I did color one in earlier. And you can just see that I used many different colors. I have different colors within each section. So I have some purple along with the orange. Over here I did the scale feather-like design, and I used a variety of colors. I did some vertical lines with some dots and some squiggles over here. And I added some leaves at the bottom. So if you want to add some leaves, you can do that as well. And I got my little candy cane design up here, my red and white. So you can also just use a couple colors. I used a variety of colors, but you can leave it black and white, or you can use as many colors as you want to. I also did a little pumpkin design. Now this is a little white pumpkin, and you can see I just took a black Sharpie like I'm holding now, and I followed the lines of the pumpkin from the stem all the way to the bottom, and then I just used my marker to create my designs, and I just filled in each section. Okay, and I'm going to leave this one black and white because I think it looks really cool just as it is. But if you got one and you wanted colored in with markers, I suggest you use permanent markers. Otherwise it's going to come off on your hands. You can also use paint. But they look pretty cool when they're done. So if you get a chance, try a real pumpkin as well. I used a white one, but you could also do it on an orange one, would work too. And have fun.